we can find that story, but I will tell you this. You are now starting to hear people talk about refugee status on the border, which
that'd
means
be really bad.
Why?
Well, it just means that you must admit them into the country at that point. That's all. That's all. All y'all come free. That's it. Everybody gets in.
And then, you are such a hater.
I know.
You are such a hater. I don't understand it.
I don't want the entire world's population here in America.
Yeah, I mean, just because. Well, first of all, stop it. All the world's not going to come here. We're not unique. We're not special. we have nothing going on that is
any more than they're going to go to Greece.
Any more than they're going to go to Greece.
Or Denmark.
They're going to Greece. They're going to Honduras. There's just as many people trying to get into Honduras as there is in the United States. Honduras is as unique as we are in their own special way.
Mm-hmm. Look at China's borders, man. All the people climbing over that wall.
They had to build the Great Wall. You could see it from space. So we've got that. We've got that going for us. I will tell you that there was something, and I have nothing but my gut on this. But I will tell you that I'm quite concerned about the whole idea of refugee status. I believe this is something I said 5 years ago, that what they are doing to Israel, they are going to do to the United States of America. This is back in the days when I was talking about Mex Americanada. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. And I was talking about how we're all going to be one just big continent, and there won't be any borders, and we'll just keep rolling everything. It would just be one, and you had to equalize America. You had to bring the U.S. dollar. There was no way to bring the peso up. There was no way to bring the Western Hemisphere up to the standard of America, so you would have to bring America down. This is under the Bush administration, and everybody said that was crazy. Listen to Rick Santelli yesterday on the floor of the Chicago Exchange. He's basically saying all this money printing going to bring us down. Do you have that audio?
Yeah.
Here it is.
It's capital investment. The issue is capital investment. What you don't want to do is raise the hurdle rate for capital investing. You just complained about the idea of CEOs.
The capital will come out if it can get a decent return.
But that decent return has very little to do with the cost of money, just a little bit. Has more to do with demand on the other side. And the question
Janet
you have to
Yellen's
ask,
personal feelings about social banking policy do?
the question you want to ask yourself, Rick, is whether or not...
That's the question I'm asking. That's the one I want to answer.
Precisely, Rick. That is what the Fed has under Bernanke and almost under every Fed chair.
100 years ago.
What should it do, Rick?
Created to be a feel-good
Rick, should it run policy for you and the traders down there in Chicago? Is that the correct purpose of policy?
The traders in Chicago never contributed
one
1 penny to the credit crisis. Not 1 penny.
I'm not sure what that...
1 penny.
I'm not sure how that has anything to do with what I just said, but it sounds good. Everybody applauded you.
Stop
it. It's the model.
Stop. You know what's amazing is listen to these guys from CNBC. They always are mocking. I don't know how he does it. You know what? I can't wait until the day he is open in a contract and we have enough of a big enough footprint on Blaze TV to be able to hire this guy. This guy is the guy who started the Tea Party with a rant like that. Now, what he's saying here is we are printing too much money. And he's like, what should the Fed do? Make it so it's easy money for you guys there on the exchange floor? And that's when he loses it and says, we didn't cost anybody a penny. We have to live within our means. We didn't cost anybody a penny.
Yeah, and the guy told him he hasn't been right about a single thing. What kind of bullcrap is that? He's been right about a lot of stuff.
And here's the thing. They're arguing about cheap money. And here's what's happening. Our corporations are borrowing all kinds of money because you can get money cheap. I could go out right now. I could get a $20 million loan right now. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. Bad idea. But you could go out and get a $20 million loan. And I could spend that, and I'm not paying really any kind of interest. It's better than saving it. If you're saving money right now, you're the ones, anybody who saved money, your money is being devalued so rapidly that in the end, your retirement savings is going to be pretty much worthless because they're printing all this money. So these corporations are going out and they're borrowing all of this money at very, very cheap levels. But nobody is buying anything. This is not real. And that's why when Rick is talking here, he says, The CNBC people have one point right, and that is if you raise the interest rates, it will hurt the economy. And he's right. They're right on that. But that's going to happen at some point. What the Fed has been hoping is at some point this thing's going to come roaring back and we'll be able to raise the interest rates. But they've printed so much money, you're going to have to raise the interest rates maybe 30%, 35%. I don't even know. It will kill the economy. You'll never be able to raise the interest rates to suck all this money back in. You'll never be able to do it. And that's Rick's point. The market would work itself out if we didn't have this feel-good organization called the Federal Reserve. And he's right on it. So in the end, what happens? We equalize the United States with a peso. The U.S. dollar becomes worthless. And it becomes Mex Americanada.
That's a part of the equation. And what's going on at the border right now is another big part of the equation.
Here's what's happening on the border right now. And this is what I want to warn you about. And I don't have anything here other than my gut. But what I said 5 years ago was they're going to do to the United States what they did to Israel. And what they're going to do, we have to look this audio up. It's got to be at least 5 years old. I said what they will do is they will start to have some sort of a refugee camp. We will start to have a movement saying, well, they stole our land anyway. And there will be refugees here, just like there are the Palestinian refugees that nobody wants to assimilate. Nobody wants to take them back, and they won't leave. And we'll be stuck saying, well, they're not our citizens. And then they'll start to say, well, you took our land anyway. This is our land. I'm warning you, this is coming. The next thing that's going to happen, first, refugee status. Second, some more time will go by. We'll be arguing about immigration. What do we do with these people? And then they will say, well, you took our land anyway.